let's real quick go through our top fives of 1984. In the 80s, we tend to bring it down to just five because as we go farther back, we haven't seen as many movies. All right, so my number five is Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. It's a very early Miyazaki film. I don't love all the Miyazaki early stuff, but this one is really quite good. What's your number five?
My number five is the original Ghostbusters.
So that's my number two.
Oh, nice.
My number four is Stop Making Sense.
Which is great. I kind of would rank them a little bit differently because it's it's like a concert doc. I rank it differently, but yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal, of course.
If I were to take Stop Making Sense out of my top five, then Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom becomes my number five.
Yep. That's good. Makes sense.
What's your number four?
My number four would be This Is Spinal Tap.
That's a good one.
Yep.
I enjoy that film as well.
Yep.
I don't think I have it rated on Letterboxd. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't have a star rating either, but I mean, it's one of my favorite movies ever. So
yeah. My number three is Blood Simple by the Coen brothers.
Okay. My number three is the Best Picture winner of that year, Amadeus.
I haven't seen that since high school when they showed it to us in high school, and I still don't understand why they showed it to us in high school. It's probably not that accurate to his life.
Yeah, I'm not sure how accurate it is. I'd have to look that up.
Also, is Mozart, like, do we need to know about him as a historical figure, or is it just okay that we hear his music?
That's another good question. Another good question for a different podcast, I think.
Absolutely. Not for us. My number two is Ghostbusters, as I mentioned before.
My number two is an obscure Robert Altman film that I know you've also seen. It's called Secret Honor.
I have that in my top 15, I guess I would say. These are not organized really, but yeah, I do have it. That, to me, that's sort of tied with Juzo Itami's The Funeral. We talked about Tom Popo recently. The Funeral is his first movie. So like those two I like about the same. They're kind of the same. Like Secret Honor it's cool. It's like Nixon in one room having a mental breakdown. That's the whole movie. And The Funeral,
Baker Hall.
And The Funeral, the whole movie is like 3 days of just these people organizing and carrying out their father's funeral. It's pretty cool. My number one is The Neverending Story, the German-American fantasy that is it's just awesome. It's just like, if you're into fantasy at all and you haven't seen this movie, it's so good. But if you're an animal lover, there is a scene you might need to fast forward. What's your number one?
I don't have that one on my Letterboxd. I'm going to probably just say I haven't seen it since I was a kid. My number one then is one we've already mentioned, is Blood Simple.
Blood Simple. Great movie.
Absolutely love everything about that movie. M. Emmett Walsh.
M. Emmett Walsh. You know, he's still alive.
Is he really? That's amazing.
He looks insane now. I mean, he's always looks like kind of gnarly, but like, yeah, he's still alive. I forget what I saw him in recently. Oh, he's in Knives Out. He has a very brief role in Knives Out, or maybe it's Glass. No, it's Knives Out, not Glass Onion.
That's right. Yeah. Now I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. Emmett Walsh, terrific. Danny Hedaya. What's not to love?
Frances McDormand, early Frances. I mean, right. Yeah, just a great movie.
Great movie.